What is going on, folks? We are live. Tip-off is already underway, about 10 seconds late. Hopefully, you guys are all doing fantastic. Jalen Duren went to the free throw line. He got the first bucket to go. Bulls miss the shot underneath. Cade Cunningham in transition back the other way here. Kicks it off to Tobias Harris for three. Shot is off the mark, though. Boarded by Jalen Duren, who slams it home. And Jalen Duren is making himself known. Coming off the 2-game suspension, we saw him in the All-Star break. He's already got 3 points to start the game. 3-0 basketball game. Appreciate you guys will stop into the stream. Buzelis kicks it back out to Giddey. He tries a 3 and he buries it. Tie ball game, 3s apiece. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Welcome to the party, folks. 10:50 left to play. In the first quarter, Cade Cunningham upside here to Asar Thompson. Dishes it right back to Cade. Top of the key, turns, sets the screen. Cade steps up for 3, and he hits it. 6-3 basketball game. What's going on, Hal? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. 10:34 left to play in the first quarter here. Buzelis upside here to Josh Giddey, working against Asar Thompson. Back outside to Buzelis. Right back to Giddey at the top of the key. Buzelis sets the screen for Giddey, rolls off it, working one-on-one against Cade Cunningham. Upside here to Smith. Smith with the basketball, working against Duncan Robinson. Drives inside here. Right-handed layup is good. Count the bucket and the foul. Tough finish underneath here for the Bulls. They're going to go to the free throw line. Appreciate you guys will stop into the stream. Looking to tie this basketball game here. Yabusele is going to go to the free throw line. Welcome to the party, guys. If this is your first time here, hit the follow button, like, and subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning in to the stream tonight. All right, so Yabusele is at the free throw line. He misses the free throw, so still a 6-5 basketball game. 10:14 left to play here in the first quarter. Jalen Duren upside here to Asar Thompson, looking to get here on the fast break. Welcome to the party, folks. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic night. Appreciate you guys all being here. Welcome to the stream. Asar Thompson finds Jalen Duren. Upside to Duncan Robinson. He pulls up from 3 at the top of the key. Off the mark, no good. Boarded by Asar Thompson. Upside to Cade Cunningham. He tries a 3 and he buries it. 9-5 basketball game. 9:48 left to play in the first quarter. Buzelis working inside the paint here. Kicks it back out to Josh Giddey. Wide open for 3 and he hits it. 9-8 basketball game. 9:35 left to play in the first quarter. Welcome to the show, folks. If this is your first time here, hit the follow button, like, and subscribe. Pistons and Bulls. My own original play-by-play commentary, reaction, and analysis to tonight's game. Asar Thompson working inside the paint here. Right-handed layup is no good. Boarded by Yabusele. Upside to Josh Giddey. Cross-court pass to Buzelis. Thought about a 3. Drives inside here. Right-handed floater is good. They're going to wave off the basket, though. They're going to call an offensive foul on the Bulls. It's going to be a turnover, and the Pistons are going to get it back the other way. Pistons coming off the dominant win that they had over the New York Knicks a couple of nights ago. They're in Chicago tonight, and they were about a 10.5-point favorite before the game started, and we're going to see if they can continue to control the pace here. Asar Thompson back upside to Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren sets the screen outside here to Asar Thompson. He tries a wide open 3. He misses it off the mark here. It's going to be saved by Chicago. Upside to Mates on the fast break here. Mates pulls up from 3 on the left wing. He buries it. An 11-9 basketball game lead, and the Chicago Pistons, Chicago Bulls are in rhythm here. They've knocked down their past couple threes here. Pistons have to take a timeout as we head into the commercial break. Welcome to the party, folks. Welcome in. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic weekend. Michigan is currently in a dogfight right now with Duke, so there's going to be a point in time where I'm going to have to do a quick, short recap on that game and step away for the bit in the middle of the Pistons game. Looks like, what's the score right now? It is Michigan is down by 5 with about 7:45 left to play in the game. So I'll keep you guys updated with that as well. What's going on, Colin? What's going on, 46? What's going on, Wesley? Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome to the stream. So, big win for the Pistons over the New York Knicks a couple nights ago. Not once, not twice, but 3 times we handed them the L, made a statement at Madison Square Garden. And there's a chance that we might meet the New York Knicks in the postseason. We faced off against them last year, and there's a chance we could this year as well. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, like I said, most importantly, just stay healthy. Good to see Jalen Duren get back, ready to rock and roll. He was playing in the All-Star game with Cade Cunningham, so they ended up winning that. So good to see them back on the floor. Helps the rotation out and spacing tremendously, especially having a second All-Star to go alongside Cade Cunningham. That's a huge deal to get back in the rotation. But yeah, like the live stream, guys. Subscribe if you guys are new. We're in a commercial break right now. Bulls are a good team, though. Unfortunately, we will not see Jaden Ivey tonight. I was looking at the injury report, and it looks like Jaden Ivey's going to be sidelined for another 2 weeks to that knee injury. It sucks. Like Cole Anthony, he really screwed up Jaden Ivey. A couple years ago, he was diving for the loose ball, and just an unfortunate collision. Hasn't been the same player ever since. There was a popular quote that was floating around Twitter the past couple days where basically Jaden Ivey said the old Jaden Ivey's dead. He's trying to figure out his new path. So best of luck to Jaden Ivey, and it's unfortunate how that situation unfolded. And as Pistons fans, we thought he was going to be a core piece of this of our identity and our team moving forward, and just didn't really work out. So Cade coming off a remarkable performance against the Knicks, 42 points, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds at the Garden. MVP-type game for Mr. Cade Cunningham. I was actually looking at the MVP odds right now. So SGA is leading the way. He's the front runner. Then you got Jokic right behind SGA, and then Cade's currently third best odds to win MVP this year. And the crazy part is if Jokic misses I think it's 1 or 2 more games, he's ineligible to win the MVP, because I guess you have to have so many games played for it to count. And then SGA and Cade play against each other this Wednesday. That's going to be a really, really interesting game. That's a home game for the Pistons, so I'll be breaking down that game as well. Back from commercial break, 8:45 left to play here in the first quarter. Cade with the basketball, driving inside the paint here with his left hand. Turnaround shot for Cade is off the mark, no good. Boarded by Josh Giddey. Giddey upside the other way here, looking to add some more to the lead here. Buzelis drives inside here. They're going to get Jalen Duren with a foul on Buzelis, and I think Buzelis is going to go to the free throw line. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Welcome to the party, folks. Yeah, Duncan Robinson's going to get called for the shooting foul, so Giddey and Buzelis trying to lead the charge here for the Chicago Bulls. Buzelis ends up making the first free throw, 9-12 basketball game. Looking forward to seeing Ivey. I know, me too. I had him originally in the thumbnail, and I had to take him out because he's not playing tonight. You know, they announced he's dealing with knee issues once again, so he's going to be sidelined for another 2 weeks. Think the Pistons can win the championship? 100%. If they stay healthy, they make noise in the playoffs. It's crazy to think that they haven't won a playoff series in a very long time, coming off the 28-game losing streak to now possibly... You're talking a potential run to the finals this year if everyone stays healthy. So Tobias Harris gets the rebound off the Buzelis missed free throw. Asar Thompson drives all the way coast to coast and puts it in. 11-12 basketball game. Pistons down by 1 here. Bulls with the basketball back the other way here. Puts up a shot off the mark. No good. Cade with the rebound. Upside here to Tobias Harris in transition. Try to throw it up to Asar Thompson for the lob. It's going to be thrown back out of bounds by the Bulls. Tobias recovers it and puts it up underneath for the basket. 13-12 basketball game. Giddey behind the back pass here. Gets it back from his teammate from the corner for 3. He hits it. Josh Giddey on fire from the three-point line in this game so far. 15-13 basketball game. 7:44 left to play in the first quarter. Cade working inside here, nearly had stripped away. Finds Duncan Robinson, though, from the corner for 3. Off the mark, no good. Boarded by Chicago. The Bulls right now have Yabusele, Smith, Okoro, Buzelis, and Giddey on the floor for the Chicago Bulls. Smith gets at the top of the key, working on Jalen Duren. Finds Isaac Okoro on the left wing here, working against Duren. Drives inside, kicks it out to Smith for 3. Off the mark, no good. Boarded by Duncan Robinson. Upside to Cade Cunningham, back the other way, working one-on-one against Mates on the left wing here. Pistons down by 2 with 7 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Cade, pick and roll action to find Jalen Duren underneath for the transition layup. 15-15 basketball game. Paul Reed loves it off the bench. You're going to see Paul Reed's name tonight. Again, no Isaiah Stewart from that suspension. Smith knocks down a huge 3 for the Chicago Bulls. Puts them back up by 3. 18-15 basketball game. 6:45 left to play in the first quarter. Jalen Duren at the top of the key here finds Cade Cunningham driving inside, outside of Tobias Harris, working inside the paint now against Okoro. Turnaround shot for Tobias is in. 18-17 basketball game. 6:25 left to play in the first quarter. Appreciate you stopping in, Thomas. Thanks for being here, buddy. Mates drives inside here, loses the basketball. It's going to be turned over, though, by Mates. Pistons are going to get it back from the other possession. Ron Holland and Karis LeVert are going to be checking into this game for the Pistons. So a couple substitutions off the bench for this Pistons team. Pistons are rolling with their black and teal uniforms tonight with a little bit of a red outline. I think it's the City Edition uniforms. They've been rocking the those uniforms lately. I want to see the all red uniforms back. We used to wear those in like the 04-05 days. I would love to see a Pistons all red uniform back. Karis LeVert back in for the Pistons, working inside against the Bulls. Finds Asar Thompson. He puts up a shot, no good, off the mark. It's going to be boarded by Chicago. Buzella's up the other way, working against Asar Thompson. Bulls set the screen outside here. Kicks it across here for three. It's good. Tough shot for the Bulls. That is, Okoro who knocks it in for the Chicago Bulls. 5:35 left to play in the first quarter. Duren working inside here against Chicago. Spin move. Floater is off the mark. Asar gets the rebound. Inside to Ron Holland. He puts up the bucket. Count the bucket and the foul underneath. Ron Holland, welcome back. He returned against the Knicks a couple days ago. Missed the last several games due to personal reasons. Hopefully he's all right. And good to see his presence felt, especially off the bench. Hoping he can become a 3-and-D type player for the Pistons. Again, number 5 overall draft pick a couple years ago. In the lottery, that was Trajan Langdon's first draft pick as the Pistons GM. So good to see his presence felt for the Pistons here. Ron Holland at the free throw line. Free throw is up and in to make it a 1-point game. 20-21 basketball game here. Pistons down by 1. Bulls have Yabusele, Okoro, Richards, Anthony Simons, Jones on the floor. And the Pistons have Thompson, Cunningham, Reed, Holland, and LeVert. Bulls kick it back outside here. Working back the other way here. Yabusele drives inside here, finds Richards underneath, puts up a shot, no good, boarded by Cade Cunningham. Cade in transition to find Asar Thompson, driving all the way to the rim, kicks it back outside though to Cade. Cade lost it originally, gets it back, drives inside, finds a cutting LeVert, inside to Paul Reed for the slam. Beautiful ball movement underneath there. Multiple guys touching the basketball on that position to get the right shot off, and they found Paul Reed wide open underneath. Love me some B-ball Paul Reed. Jones working inside here, finds Richards, puts up a shot. They're going to get a foul called, though, on Paul Reed, and Richards is going to go to the free throw line. Wooshi, thank you for the support. Appreciate you stopping in. Means a lot, dude. Glad you're here watching the stream. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Wooshi. Thank you for for being here. Like I said, guys, if you guys are new to the stream, like and subscribe. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Cannot wait for Pistons playoff basketball to be coming in the month of April. Richards knocks down the first free throw. Tie basketball game 22-22. Pistons have their work cut out for them next week. A very tough schedule. They got the Spurs home on Monday. Then they have the Thunder, and then they have the Cavs. I don't know if the Spurs is a home game or not. I have to check that on the schedule. Richards misses the second free throw here, boarded by Ron Holland in transition. 4:30 left to play here in the first quarter. Asar Thompson finds Cade Cunningham on the left wing here. Drives inside to the paint. Step back three for Cade is off the mark. No good. Boarded by Jones. Jones in transition, working against Karis LeVert. Finds Richards. Right back to Jones. Inside here finds Richards. Two-man game. Poked away, though, by Asar Thompson. It's a 4-on-1 here. Finds Cade Cunningham inside. Reverse layup is good. And the Bulls have to take a timeout here. Pistons take a 2-point lead. Love to see it, man. Going to a commercial break. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Pistons, a little bit of a slow start there. Bulls were knocking down some big-time threes, especially from Josh Giddey. But the Pistons are in control here. Starting to slowly get back fully healthy with their original crew. Obviously, Isaiah Stewart still is going to be missing the next 5 games, I believe, from his 7-game suspension that he got against the Hornets. But we do get Jalen Duren back tonight in this game, which is good to see. So again, like I said, stay healthy, please. Just no injuries. You know, we've had some kind of wishy-washy injuries to start this year, like with Tobias's hip that he was dealing with. You know, Cade's wrist seems not to be bothering him anymore. So, good stuff. Do you think the Pistons could beat the Thunder, Spurs, and the Cavs? I hope so. You know what? I would be amazed if we go 3-0 though. I mean, you got Thunder and Spurs are like two of the top teams in the Western Conference. We'll see what happens with SGA. They've been kind of monitoring his health situation, so we'll see if he plays Wednesday or not against the Pistons. The Cavaliers, we've had some good matchups with them already this season. We beat them earlier on the road. That was a Sunday afternoon game, I want to say. But especially with James Harden, you know, they're actually the favorite to win the Eastern Conference. So that's going to be a really good stretch of basketball. So, like I said, I won't be here to do the Spurs game on Monday, but I'll be doing a short for that. So stay tuned for that. You know, in case you guys don't know, I post reactions, like quick little minute or less short clips on the YouTube channel. So tune into those, and then we'll be back Wednesday for the play-by-play games for the Thunder, and then I believe the Cavs are on Friday. So good stuff. What's going on, Mike? How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you stopping in. Duran doesn't need any rest tonight. He should be a monster tonight. What's going on, Michael? Appreciate you stopping in. What's going on, buddy? Like the live stream, guys. Subscribe if you guys are new. Pistons up by 2 at the commercial break. 4:04 left to play in the first quarter. Still keeping an eye out on the Michigan Wolverines right now. They are currently down 4 with 4:42 left to play in the first half. I'm going to have to step out for a bit to do a tiny, quick little short on that while the Pistons game is still going on. We actually might have to wait until halftime for that. We'll see what the timing looks like. But yeah, appreciate you guys all stopping in. Welcome to the party, folks. Cade, MVP performance against the Knicks a couple nights ago. Love to see it, man. It's crazy that, you know, the NBA, you have to win the lottery to get the number 1 overall pick. There's been a lot of issues with teams trying to tank. They're still trying to figure out a way to prevent tanking from happening. But when the Pistons got the number 1 overall pick, they had an absolute superstar with Cade Cunningham. We're just hoping and praying this man can stay healthy, lead this team to many, many playoff appearances over the next decade, and we'll be all squared away. So, good stuff, man. Back from commercial break. Pistons up by 2 with about 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter as we get back into business here. Pistons steal the ball away here. 3-on-2 now working inside. Ron Holland on the fast break. He's going to get called for a charge. Jones set his feet against Ron Holland on the fast break here. It's a turnover from the Pistons. Good hustle from Ron Holland, though, to kind of poke that ball away and go all the way to the rim, but the Bulls are going to actually get the last laugh there. So, good defense from Chicago. Bulls right now have Richards, Williams, Sexton, Simons, and Jones on the floor for the Bulls. So, kind of a heavy guard lineup for Chicago in here. Jones nearly lost it. Asar goes to swipe it away. He deflects it off of Jones, who was lying on his back on the court. It's going to say Pistons basketball, according to the ref. So that was weird. You got 2 turnovers, basically back-to-back possessions, so the Pistons eventually get it back. Pistons on the floor right now have Asar, Paul Reed, Ron Holland, LeVert, Jenkins. Bulls have Williams, Richards, Sexton, Simons, and Jones. Jenkins at the top of the key here. Finds Ron Holland on the left wing, dishes it off to Karis LeVert. LeVert working against Simons at the top of the key, who they traded for at the trade deadline. Paul Reed sets the screen, finds him inside here. Paul Reed turnaround shot is off the mark, no good. Boarded by Richards. Asar goes to swipe it away, finds Ron Holland inside for the slam underneath. Great defensive play from Asar Thompson to find his boy Ron Holland underneath. It's a 26-22 Pistons lead, a 9-1 run the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the end of this first quarter. Pistons up by 4. Asar Thompson, I believe, gets called for a foul, so they're going to basically take him out of the game here for a quick breather. Bulls are going to get it on the sideline here. 1-point Michigan game. Nice. Good to see it. 2:54 left to play in the first quarter. Another steal from Ron Holland, drives inside, finds Paul Reed for a left-handed layup. It is up and in. 28-22 basketball game, and the Bulls have to take another immediate timeout to stop this Pistons run. You got guys playing all over the floor tonight, fighting for loose balls, driving to the basket, cutting to the rim. Love to see it. Defensive effort tonight so far from this Pistons team. Defense is the best in the league, and that's what's going to take us. You got Duren, Beef Stew, Asar Thompson, and what's great about Cade that makes him generational, he can score, and he's an old school, big body point guard that plays defense. A lot of guys want their franchise player to do a little bit of everything, and we have that in Cade Cunningham. The only other guys I can really, truly think of right now that play both sides is Wemby and a little bit of Ant-Man. SGA doesn't really play too much defense, but he can score. But yeah, Cade's basically been calling out his shot, saying I'm an ethical hooper. I don't usually get most of my points from the free throw line. The ridiculous stat the other day that I want you guys to realize is Cade scored 42 points off 3 free throws, okay? That is ridiculous. If you take a look at some of the other scorers in the NBA, when they drop 40, 50 pieces, a lot of that comes from the free throw line. Cade did it only shooting 3 free throws. That just goes to show how much of a dog he is. The old school fashioned way to play basketball, and Cade embraces that. And I think a lot of people around the NBA really respect Cade's game for that, because especially with the referees getting involved, I understand going to the free throw line can sometimes be controversial if it's a foul, if it's not a foul. But that's awesome about Cade's game. So we're right back from commercial break here immediately. Bulls get back in the swing of things. Richards finds Sexton inside here. Mid-range jump shot for Sexton is off the mark. Richards tries to go for the rebound. Tobias gets it back here. Bulls can't buy a basket to save their life right now. Tobias working on Patrick Williams at the top of the key here. Goes to his right. Jenkins kind of sets a down screen for him. Gets it right back, though. Tobias comes to help him out. Jenkins drives inside. He's going to get fouled by Chicago. And Jenkins, with a nice take, he's going to stay here on the floor for the Pistons. What's going on, Garden? Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome to the show. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all being here. If you guys also have any friends, grandmas, relatives, your neighbor's cat, your dog, your parrot, anybody that's interested in Pistons basketball, tell them to check out the streams. It'd be much appreciated. 2:11 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons up by 6. They're going to get the ball out of bounds here. Finds Dennis Jenkins working against Tyus Jones at the top of the key. Karis LeVert calls for it. Gets it on the left wing here. Trying to dance on Chicago's defense. Cross-court pass to Ron Holland. He puts up a 3. Off the mark, no good. It's going to be boarded by Simons. Simons working in transition here for Chicago. Inside, drives to the paint, has to back out now. Finds Richards, dishes it over to Patrick Williams, working against Tobias at the top of the key. Williams finds Simons. It's going to be a out-of-bounds violation from Chicago. Great defense again from the Pistons defense. Bulls have not made a basket in their last 4 minutes. 1:42 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons regain possession here down the stretch. Jenkins finds Tobias, thought about a 3, working against Patrick Williams on the right corner here. Drives inside, trying to post him up here. Don't do it to him, Tobias. Ooh, misses the shot underneath here. He's been so good in that mid-range post game all season this year for Uncle T. Patrick Williams spots up for 3, and he buries a 3. 28-25 basketball game. 1:10 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons regain possession. Jenkins finds Karis LeVert, top of the key, working against Simons. LeVert working inside here. Wide open, takes a mid-range J off the mark, boarded by Simons. Here comes Chicago back the other way. Simons finds his teammate Jones. Going to be poked away initially by Ron Holland. It's going to go off Holland out of bounds. Going to stay with Chicago. 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Bulls on the floor right now have Smith, Williams, Sexton, Simons, Jones. Pistons have Tobias, Paul Reed, Ron Holland, LeVert, and Jenkins on the floor right now for the Pistons. Simons upside here to the Chicago Bulls, working inside. Ron Holland initially stole it away. They're going to call a reach-in foul, though, against Ron Holland. So the Bulls are in the bonus, so they're going to put him right back at the free throw line. As much as people hated the Ivy trade, the fans knew it was necessary. And it sucks. Like, Jaden Ivey was a monster his first couple seasons for the Pistons, and Cole Anthony just absolutely took out his knee. Such a dirty play, and he just hasn't been the same player ever since. I wish him success for the future. It just sucks again that he has to be sidelined again because of this knee issue. It's weird because he broke his leg, right? He's recovering from that. in preseason form for the Pistons. He comes back in. He injures his knee. They have to take him out. They sideline him for a couple months. He comes back. He still has knee problems, and he just wasn't ever really the same player ever since. And, we traded him at the deadline for Herter and a pick swap with Minnesota. So wish him the best, but it sometimes can't work in the NBA for everyone. And again, it sucks because Ivy's a really good player, and injuries just get in the way of a lot of different things. Karis LeVert back the other way here, finds Tobias inside. It's going to be poked away, though. They're going to say it was last touch by Tobias. Out of bounds, going to be Bulls basketball. Bulls, by the way, made both of their free throws. Ron Holland's already got 3 fouls here. They got to be careful with that. Jones working on the right wing here. Pulls up for 3 for the Bulls, and they knock it in. They take the lead 30-28 basketball game. Smith knocks it in for Chicago. Bulls all of a sudden on an 8-0 run the last minute here before we hit the 20-second mark in the first quarter. Dennis Jenkins on the top of the key here. Bulls are shooting the ball great from the three-point line. They're on fire. They're 8 for 9 in the first quarter. Cade, top of the key here, working inside, finds Dennis Jenkins. Clock is winding down. Bulls block it. Paul Reed try to get a shot off. Bulls regain possession. Three-quarter court shot at the buzzer is going to be no good. And the Bulls take a 2-point lead as we head into commercial break to start the second quarter. Bulls are going to make this an interesting competitive game. Now, granted, I don't expect them to continuously shoot, what is it? What's 8 for 9 from the three-point line? Yeah, 80%. 80% from the three-point line. I guess they count that half-court shot as a three-point attempt. So, yeah, they're 80% from the three-point line in the first quarter. That's ridiculous. So we'll see if the Pistons can make some shots. Give you guys some stats right now. Cade's got 8 points, 3 boards, a couple assists. Tobias is 4 points. Ron Holland's got 5 off the bench. Like I said, he does have 3 personal fouls, though, so something to kind of monitor. Duncan picked up a couple quick fouls as well, so he's only played 6 minutes here. But again, no Isaiah Stewart. We're going to probably see Javonte Green at some point later in this game. I'd be curious to see if Kevin Huerter checks into this game for the Pistons tonight. Again, this is his former team he's going up against, so I would have liked to see Jaden Ivey, obviously, playing against the Pistons, but he's currently injured right now, so wish him the best. But we'll see if the Red Velvet can get going tonight. What's going on, Dina? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Check the Michigan score right now. Michigan is down 5 with about a minute left, so it's not looking good for the Wolverines right now. Duke is up 66-61 over the Wolverines, so we shall keep a close one and monitor that situation as we progress. I'll probably do a quick little short report at the halftime break. Looks like Michigan, though, is at the free throw line, so they might have the opportunity to cut it down to 3, so we'll see what that does. Michigan State lost to Duke earlier this season. They could knock off both Michigan and Michigan State. It's going to be a crazy March Madness this year. There's a lot of really good teams, a really stacked draft class. You got DeBonsa, or is that however you say his name, from BYU. You got Boozer from Duke. You got Peterson from Kansas. Even Yaxel from Michigan. This draft class is very loaded. Duke is pretty good, yeah. They're number 3 team in the country. If they knock off Michigan, they might put them 1. We'll see what the rankings say next week, but we'll see. 30-28 basketball game. Heading into the second quarter here. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Appreciate you guys all stopping into the stream. Again, this is going to be a competitive, close basketball game. Vegas said that the Pistons were a 10.5-point favorite. Bulls, again, though, like you've been seeing, they've got really good guard play. We haven't even mentioned Ayo Dosunmu's name yet for the Bulls, so we'll see when they actually officially use him. I really liked him coming out of the Big Ten from Illinois, so we'll see. 30-28 Pistons and Bulls. Start of the second quarter here. Bulls get the basketball back here, back the other way. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Welcome to the party, folks. Smith, Williams, Sexton, Dillingham on the floor for Chicago. Shot is off the mark. Cade with the rebound in transition. Goes all the way to the paint. Inside right-handed floater is off the mark. Try to get his own rebound, though. Sexton comes up with it for Chicago. On the fast break here. Finds Williams working inside here. Finds his teammate Smith for the slam. 28-32 basketball game. 11:20 left to play in the first half. Bulls on a 10-0 run here as we just start the second quarter. Cade with the basketball here, working on Patrick Williams, pulls up in his face, and he buries a huge three-pointer. Patrick Williams, get out of here. My name's Cade, and I'm going to stop this 11-0 run here. Bulls working in transition here, and I'm going to make a huge block on Colin Sexton the other way here. Jenkins finds Duncan Robinson in transition, right back to Cade, finds Duncan again, thought about a three. Cade gets it back here, working inside, drives to the paint. It's going to be looking like a foul called, though, before the shot attempt was called. What's up, Kenny? How you doing? Good to see you. 10:46 left to play in the first half here. Stoppage in play. Looked like a foul was called before the shot, so it's going to stay here with Pistons basketball. Bulls up by 1 here. 10:45 left to play in the first half. Appreciate you guys all stopping into the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Bulls fans, Pistons fans. See if we get some red velvet action later tonight in this game. A lot of people are expecting to hopefully see Jaden Ivey tonight against the Pistons, but again, he's sidelined due to another knee injury that he suffered. Cade turns it over here. Bulls get it back in transition. Dillingham, cross-court pass to Buzelis. Buzelis just walks out of bounds. He claimed that Duncan kind of pushed him, but it's a turnover from Chicago, so good defense from Duncan. 10:33 left to play in the first half here. This is an interesting combination. You got Cade, Duren, Jenkins, Javonte Green, and Duncan Robinson. Cade finds Duren inside here. Duren puts up the reverse layup off the mark, no good, boarded by the Bulls. Upside to Simons in transition here. Goes all the way to the paint. Shot is no good. Boarded by Cade, looking to move in transition. Upside to Duncan Robinson. Left-handed layup is swatted away by Chicago. Dillingham gets the board, looking to push it the other way here. He tries it. That shot is blocked by the Pistons. Javonte Green gets it back in transition. Finds Dance Jenkins, working all the way to the hole, and that's blocked again by Buzelis. You had 3 straight blocks on that possession. Pistons drive. Bulls block it. Bulls drive the other way. Pistons swat it away. In transition on the fast break, and Chicago blocks it. That's 3 straight blocks in under 15 seconds. That was pretty nuts. So it's going to be Pistons basketball underneath here. I don't think I've ever seen that. Cade with a great defensive play in transition. Javonte Green runs the fast break. And Buzelis comes out of nowhere and deflects it out of bounds. Cade gets it back here, working inside here. Turnaround shot for Cade is off the mark, boarded by Mates. Mates working the other way here for Chicago on the left wing. Finds Smith, trying to get it inside to his teammate. Stolen away by Cade Cunningham. Cade in transition for Detroit on the left wing here. Cade with the basketball, working inside to the paint. Turnaround shot, left-handed floater is good. 33-32 basketball game. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? 9:25 left to play in the first half. Pistons 33, Bulls 32. Kind of a crazy first half so far. Dillingham working against Jenkins inside here. They're going to call a foul against Jenkins. It's going to stay here on the floor for the Bulls. No easy bucket mentality is a beautiful thing. Couldn't agree more. Pistons 33, Bulls 32. 9:18 left to play in the first half. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys will stopping into the show. Mates gets it outside here to Yabusele. Finds Richards inside to Mates. Gets it right back to Richards. Finds Yabusele. He tries a 3. That's off the mark. Boarded by Jalen Duren. Duren running in transition. Working against Mates on the right wing here. Duren with the basketball, one-on-one, size mismatch. Misses the layup underneath here. Good defense from Chicago. Upside to Dillingham in transition. Pulls it back out now, working against Javonte Green. Finds Yabusele inside here. Kicks it across to his teammate for 3. He hits it. 35-33. Chicago takes the lead. Okoro buries a 3 for the Bulls. Bulls are shooting the ball great from the three-point line in the first half so far. Asar finds Cade on the right wing here, working against Okoro. Finds Duren inside against Dillingham. Slams it home. Beautiful footwork from Jalen Duren on the right block. It's a tie basketball game. 8:15 left to play in the first half here. Chicago gets it back here. Mates working to drive inside against Javonte Green. Kicks it back out to Dillingham, working against Asar. Bulls, Okoro sets the screen. Dillingham rolls off it. Shot is off the mark. Bulls try to save it. They're going to say, though, it was last touched by Detroit or Chicago. I'm not really sure who the loose ball was off of. I think it's going to be Pistons basketball. 35-35 basketball game. 7:59 left to play here in the first half. Paul Reed checking into the game for the Pistons. Jalen Duren steps out for a breather. Again, Pistons have a tough schedule next week. Asar Thompson gets it back here for the Pistons. Finds Paul Reed in transition. Paul Reed underneath here. Left-handed floater is good. 37-35 basketball game. 7:45 left to play in the first half. Mates working inside. Drives all the way to the paint. Ties it back up at 37. Cade in transition here. Looking to slow down the tempo here. On the right wing, working against Mates, finds Paul Reed inside here, nearly lost it, gets it back up and puts down his own shot. Great find from Cade inside the B-ball. Paul puts it up and in. Quick 4 points for Paul Reed right there. He's got 8 total. 39-37, 7:15 left to play in the first half. Okoro has it, working against Duncan Robinson on the right wing here. Switches back off here, finds Richards on the left wing against Paul Reed. Shot is off the mark. They're going to call a foul, though, on the floor. It's going to stay here with Chicago. Pistons still up by 2. Appreciate you guys all being here into the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bulls came to play. They're shooting the ball great from the three-point line. Like I said, the Pistons have an interesting schedule coming up. They got the Spurs Monday, the Thunder Wednesday, and then the Cavaliers on Friday. 3 really good opponents coming up here. What's up, Val? Pistons have exceeded expectations with suspensions. Yeah, they don't back down to anybody. So we're going to get Isaiah Stewart back probably, what was it, the first week of March probably, because it's the end of February. Yeah, so 7 games away. Yeah, probably first week of March we'll get him back. But good to see Jalen Duren get back into the rotation here for the Pistons. Commercial break coming up here, guys. Make sure I get these timeouts right. Let's see. Detroit's only used 1. Chicago has used 3. Okay. Good to go. Give you guys some stats right now. Cade Cunningham currently has 13 points, 6 boards, 4 assists for the Pistons in the first half. For Chicago, leading the way for the Bulls is Jalen Smith. He's got 10 points for the Chicago Bulls. A lot of spread out basketball from their starters. Isaac Okoro's got 6. Buzelis has 6. Giddey's got 9 points. Detroit currently leads the series with a 2-1 lead. Way earlier in the season, Chicago actually beat us way back in October. Pistons rebounded twice, and now this is the 4th matchup that they've had against Chicago this season so far. Ivy is not playing tonight. He is currently dealing with a knee injury that's going to sideline him for the next couple weeks. They just announced a couple hours before the game started. I would have liked to see Jaden Ivey play tonight for Chicago, but again, he's still dealing with knee soreness. It's really unfortunate. Like, I was a big believer in Jaden Ivey. I mean, the guy, you could see the athleticism. You know, he was starting to find his groove, and then there's a guy by the name of Cole Anthony that just had to die for the loose ball right in front of him, and all hell broke loose. And wishing the best for Jaden Ivey, but he just hasn't really been the same type of player he once was, and I hope he can regain his quick step back. But again, that's what happens with injuries, is some guys, it just takes them a little bit longer than others. So Pistons 39, Chicago 37. Appreciate you guys will stop in and welcome to the show. We traded Io for that Dillingham guy. Really? I thought you guys still had Io DeSumo. Okay, appreciate you, Salty. Thank you, dude. Yeah, Io DeSumo was a good player. I must have missed that, so I'll have to check where he's at right now. Because I know you guys traded for Simons, who I love a lot. I think Anthony Simons is a really good basketball player. Then obviously Herder for Ivy at the deadline. The Timberwolves. Okay, gotcha. Appreciate you guys will stopping in. We have the Bulls getting the basketball back here. Shot is off the mark, no good. Pistons regain possession here, back from the commercial break, in transition here. Jenkins gets it back. Finds Asar Thompson, working against Mates. Spin move underneath here, loses the ball. It's going to be last touch, though, by Mates. 39-37 basketball game, 6:43 left to play in the first half. All right. Pistons looking to get back underneath here. Jenkins working underneath, finds Javonte Green on the left wing, upside to Tobias Harris. Paul Reed sets the screen, kicks it across here to Asar. Asar on the block, finds Tobias again on the right wing, drives to his left. Shot is good. Tobias Harris, mid-range game, has been on point all season long for the Pistons. 41-37 basketball game, 6:25 left to play in the first half. Dillingham drives all the way to the basket. Shot is pinballed around to Okoro in the corner. Richards gets it back underneath here, finds Okoro, top of the key here, loses it, swiped away from the Pistons. Asar ends up with it. Now they're going to call a travel on Asar. He got a little bit too excited. He saw his teammate up ahead. He was trying to get it to him, and he got a little bit too many steps right there. Uncle T for the win. 41-37 basketball game. Pistons were a 10.5-point favorite coming into this game. Again, appreciate you guys all tuning in. Pistons fans, Bulls fans, welcome to the show. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. And cannot wait until the postseason. You never know with Chicago. Like, the Chicago Bulls, they might make some noise. They might make the play-in tournament. You know, we'll see what happens there. Again, you just got to get in the dance and anything can happen. They still have a nice young group of guys with Mates I like a lot. So we'll see. Jones misses the layup underneath here. Javonte Green goes to get the rebound. It's going to be out of bounds, though, by Green. Bulls are going to regain possession. Pistons up by 4. 5:56 left to play in the first half here. Josh Giddey's going to inbound this pass here underneath the baseline for the Bulls. Underneath the basket. Giddey gets it in to Jones. Jones working against Paul Reed on the right wing. Outside here for Okoro. He tries a three. Off the mark, no good. Boarded by Paul Reed. Upside Jenkins on the right wing. Looking to slow down the tempo here for the Pistons. 5:45 left to play in the first half. Outside Tobias, thought about a three, working inside, finds Paul Reed backdoor, kicks it across to Jenkins, wide open for three. Off the mark, no good, but Javonte Green is there. Nobody boxes him out, and he slams it home. Great find underneath from Javonte Green to regain that rebound, essentially, off that miss. Bulls in transition here, try to throw it up to Smith for the alley-oop. Jenkins catches a body in mid-air, so it's going to be a foul on Jenkins, and I believe the Bulls are going to go to the free throw line. 43-37 basketball game. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat here, guys. Spurs and Thunder. That is, let me check for you, because I honestly don't know myself. I think the Thunder is home. Yeah, the Spurs, wow. The Spurs, the Thunder, and the Cavs are all home next week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's a big advantage for the Pistons right there. Bulls get it back. Outside here to Smith. Pinballs around to Giddey. He tries a wide open three from the corner. Off the mark, they're going to call a stoppage in play, though. They're going to call a foul away from the basketball, so a turnover from the Bulls. The Pistons get it back here. 43-37, 5:11 left to play in the first half. Appreciate you guys will stop into the stream. Welcome to the show. Asar Thompson finds Jalen Duren, top of the key here. Tobias sets the screen. LeVert working to dance on the Bulls here. Underneath to Tobias Harris. Double teamed by Chicago. Tobias is swarmed. He's looking for help here. Bulls nearly steal it away. It's going to be Pistons basketball. Okoro goes diving into the stands. Good defense from Chicago right there. Is Duncan Robinson going to pop off tonight? That's a great question, my friend. 43-37 basketball game. 4:55 left to play in the first half. Jenkins, Tobias, LeVert. You're going to get Duren checking back into the game for the Pistons. And Asar Thompson as well on the floor right here. Jenkins finds Karis LeVert on the left wing here, working against Simons. Shot is off the mark. It's going to be a foul, though, on the Bulls. So it's going to stay here with the Pistons. Yeah, 2 of those 3 games will be a big statement for sure. And that's a huge advantage. I didn't realize all 3 of those games were home next week. I thought a couple were on the road. So, yeah, started at off home. You got Wemby coming to the Pistons house. That's going to be a great game. Unfortunately, I won't be here, but I'll be doing a short for that. Jenkins at the top of the key here. Finds Tobias Harris working against Josh Giddey. Upside to Karis LeVert against Simons. LeVert has it, finds Tobias, working inside here. Tobias goes to the rim. It's going to be blocked, though, by the Bulls. Giddey finds Okoro in transition, gets it back, working inside. Finds Richards for the alley-oop for the slam. 43-39 basketball game. 4:22 left to play here in the first half. Some props, some noisemakers. I need those things that the Pistons had for the fans behind the backboard, like those giant things you smack together. I forgot what they're called, but a lot of playoff teams have it. LeVert pulls up from 3. That's off the mark, no good. Duren gets the rebound. Inside here, hook shot is no good. Gets his own rebound again and puts it back up and in. Jalen Duren, if you don't succeed, try again. Misses his first couple attempts, gets the third one to fall home. 3:45 left to play in the first half here. Bulls looking to add to their score to cut the deficit down here. Giddey pull-up jump shot is good. 45-41 basketball game. 3:35 left to play in the first half here. Jenkins has it for the Pistons on the left wing, working against Jones. Drives inside, finds Asar Thompson working baseline. Shot is off the mark. Boarded by Giddey. Giddey inside here to Jones. Backdoor find to Okoro. Beautiful ball moving from Chicago right there. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point basketball game. 3:15 left to play in the first half. Pistons take a timeout. Appreciate you guys all stopping into the show. Welcome to the party. We have a commercial break coming up here. That's hysterical, Anthony. Yeah. Yeah, these, you guys know what I'm talking about? They were like these inflatable things that you like smack together. A lot of the playoff teams have it for like distracting teams at the free throw line. I forgot what they're called, but you smack, they're almost like balloons, and you smack them together and they make a loud clapping noise. So too funny. Commercial break underway here. Pistons up by 2, heading to a commercial break. We got I'm going to see what the score is for Michigan. I think they lost. Yeah, Michigan loses 68-63. Wow. So Duke upsets Michigan. I'm going to have to do that quick little short report, so I'm going to have to step out at halftime for about 5 minutes to record that. But that's a big upset. Michigan, I think Duke's probably going to go to number 1. Didn't Houston lose today too? Yeah, Arizona, they beat Houston 4-2, and then Duke beat 3-1. So yeah, Duke's probably going to be number 1, and Arizona's going to be number 2. Well, I can't wait for March Madness. That's going to be sick. I guess, yeah, boomsticks. I guess that's what they're called. Yeah. Boomsticks, bang sticks. That's hysterical. What's up, Mike Justice? Yeah, I remember like watching it growing up. You know, a lot of the Pistons fans had them at the Palace in the playoffs. They were like these white inflatable things that you smacked. We need those on the broadcast. That'd be hysterical. All right. In a commercial break here, shout out to Chicago. They've been playing very well so far. You know, against the Stones, you know, making a statement at home. It's not easy to win on the road in any situation. I mean, look at the Wizards, right? The Pistons were like a 15.5-point favorite. Wizards went into LCA and they upset the Pistons. So anything can happen in the NBA. So we're coming back from commercial break. Pistons 45, Chicago 43. Bulls have been on fire from the three-point line in the first half so far. Kate Cunningham versus the Knicks popped off. Yeah, he played like an MVP. 42 points, 13 assists, only on 3 made free throws. I just hope he can stay healthy. Please stay healthy. So, back from commercial break here. Pistons 45, Chicago 43. You got about under 3 minutes left to play in the first half before we get to the halftime break. Pistons, 3 All-Stars, Cade, JD, and JB leading the way for the coaching staff. Cade upside here to Tobias Harris on the left wing. Tobias looking to direct traffic here, working against Josh Giddey. Finds Cade Cunningham on the right block here. Cade going to work underneath here. Cade with the basketball. Inside, turnaround shot for Cade is good. That's such a tough shot for Cade. He makes it look so easy over Okoro, who's a pretty solid defender. 2:50 left to play in the first half. Pistons 47, Bulls 43. Josh Giddey gets it for Chicago, working against Javonte Green. Outside here to Simons. He puts up a three. Off the mark, no good. Boarded by Jalen Duren. Cade with the basketball finds Tobias Harris in transition, working against Simons on the right wing. Tobias finds Asar Thompson backdoor. Bulls swarm him. Kicks it back out to Tobias for three. Off the mark. Bulls regain possession. They're going to call a late foul, though, on the Pistons, working against the Bulls on a loose ball foul. So the Bulls get it back here. Teams that are player bubble teams and lottery teams are going to give the Pistons their best shots, like the Pistons have their... Yeah, and that's the case with, like, a lot of teams in the NBA. Like, they know where the standings are, and the worst teams to face are teams that have nothing to lose. That's the scariest teams to face. And again, Knicks... Pistons, prime example last year. Like, Knicks ended up winning the series, but the Pistons gave the Knicks a really good effort, going to game 6. So those are the teams you don't want to face as teams that have nothing to lose. There's a quote about that. Cade misses the paint shot earlier. It's going to be Bulls basketball in transition. I forgot the exact quote. It's like the scariest thing in the world is facing a man that has nothing left to lose, or something like that. Something along the lines of that. So 47-44, Bulls are in the bonus. Cade picks up the foul, so the Chicago Bulls are going to go to the free throw line. B-ball Paul shooting percentage in this game so far. Paul Reed is 4 for 5 from the field. So what is that? 80%? 80% so far. Paul Reed makes it look so easy. He's been a huge piece of this Pistons depth. Giddey knocks down the free throw. 47-44. 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Asar Thompson upside here to Tobias Harris, working on the right wing against Josh Giddey. Finds Cade Cunningham. Cade in transition. Pulls up over Okoro, top of the key, off the mark. Bulls get the basketball back underneath here. Josh Giddey in transition. Giddey on the left wing here. Cross-court pass here to Jones. Jones working inside here. Floater is off the mark. No good. Boarded by Chicago. Pinballed around to Cade Cunningham. Comes up with the loose ball. Cade working inside here in transition. Try to get to Duren. Throws it away. Javonte Green somehow gets it back. Finds Duren inside for the slam. Bulls were looking to run the other way here, and Javonte Green intercepted that pass and finds 3 wide-open Pistons underneath, and it ended up being JD slamming it home. Okoro pulls up from 3, off the mark. He gets his own rebound, though. Finds Josh Giddey. Upside to Jones. Simons drives inside. Right-handed floater is good. Back to a 3-point game. 49-46. A minute exactly left to play in the first half. Jalen Duren finds Cade Cunningham. Bulls are in the bonus, so Pistons have to be kind of careful about fouling here. Don't really want to give up too many free throws before the half starts. Cade has it. Duren sets the screen. Rolls off it to his left. Cade inside here. Left-handed floater off the mark. Duren gets the rebound. Puts it back up and in. Duren is so good at basically mirroring Cade underneath here. Kind of predicting where the ball is going to fall off the backboard if it misses. Simons drives inside here all the way to the hoop. Right-handed finish. 51-48 basketball game. About 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Asar Thompson has it for the Chicago Bulls on the left wing here. Drives inside all the way to the basket. Reverse layup is good. How about Asar Thompson going coast to coast? 25 seconds left to play in the first half. Pistons 53, Bulls 48. Josh Giddey has it working against Asar Thompson. About a 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. About 10 seconds left to play in the first half here. Giddey with the basketball. Simon sets the screen, rolls off it, finds a wide open Bull for 3. Off the mark, misses horribly. Javonte Green comes up with it. Giddey steals it away, though. Floater is good. 53-50 basketball game as we hit the halftime break. Michigan just lost to Duke. I got to do a quick little short report for that, guys. So I will be right back, and we'll be getting into the halftime break coverage here. So I will be back momentarily. Don't go anywhere. All right, 1 second, guys. I got to do this Michigan report. Good first half so far from the Pistons. Alrighty. Check 1, 2. Okay, we're good. All right, so we're in a halftime break here, guys. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Welcome to the party. I just had to step out for a bit. Michigan just ended their game against the Blue Devils. So I got to cover that really quickly. But yeah, Bulls are hanging around. They're not going down without a fight. It's going to be a really interesting basketball game through and through. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, guys, let me know in the chat. B-ball Paul Reed's total shooting percentage on the season, 60%. 60% from the field this season, which is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like amazing, but it's, you know, about average, I would say, for a third string center. I gotta do this short here, guys, so give me 1 second. But yeah, we should be in for a competitive second half here. Again, the Bulls, they did beat the Pistons earlier in the season. This is the 4th matchup that they've had so far. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a fantastic night. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like I said, Pistons have a very interesting schedule, and they're all home next week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They've got San Antonio at home Monday. Wemby coming to our house. It's going to be a good game. And then they got SGA and company for the Thunder coming on Wednesday. And then they got Donovan Mitchell, Mobley, and James Harden on Friday. So 3 really good playoff teams coming to LCA next week. I'll be doing the games Wednesday and Friday next week. I'll be off on Monday, but I'll be doing a short report for for that. So that's going to be a really good test for the Pistons. A lot of haters, I should say, basically say the Pistons' strength of schedule has been questionable this year. And again, we're in the Eastern Conference, right? We've been running the table so far. I think the juggernauts are out west. You know, the Nuggets, the Spurs, the Thunder, Lakers, you know, teams like that of that magnitude, you know, and again, the best of 7 playoff series. My biggest concern is just we need to continue to play our game, and we can't let the pressure build up to us, right? Because we're like the number 1 team in the East. Playoff time, again, that gets scary because like Kenny was saying, you're going to get basically everybody's best shot against you because when teams have really nothing to lose, those are the teams you fear the most. So got to keep the pedal to the metal and continue to play at a high level. Ranked Detroit Sports, 3 stars, 1 to 3. Cunningham, Gibbs, and Skubal. I think right now Cade's the face of Detroit. I think I would probably say it's Cade. I think Skubal and then Gibbs. Only because Gibbs is a running back. You still got a lot of other players on the Lions offense like Goff and Amon-Ra, Penei Sewell. There's just so many other good players the Lions have compared to just like one elite superstar with Skubal and Cade. So yeah, I would say Cade, Skubal, and then Gibbs. That's a good question. It's crazy that Detroit has all 3 of those guys. Detroit sports are back. I mean, you got the Tigers making back-to-back playoff appearances. Pistons are back. They might freaking make the finals this year at the pace they're playing right now, if they stay healthy. Lions, they had an off year. You know, I would expect you better make the playoffs next year for the Lions. And the Red Wings are on the come up too. You know, we should make the playoffs, assuming, you know, everything doesn't collapse, which it totally might for the Wings. But yeah, it's been exciting to be a Detroit fan. Still in the halftime break here, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat here, guys. Usually we just kind of chill here until the third quarter begins. But again, Pistons playing well so far. Duran, 13 points. Cade's got 15. 6 rebounds, couple assists. You got U.S. versus Canada tomorrow morning. They make it an 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time start. So you got 5 a.m. on the West Coast, 7 a.m. on the Central Coast. Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy game tomorrow morning. So looking forward to that. It's weird, like the Olympics, they just kind of flew by. This whole month, I feel like it flew by. Month of February. And then you got March Madness next month. Super excited for that. And again, if you're a Michigan resident, I mean, you got Michigan, Michigan State, both doing well in basketball. Pistons are playing out of their minds right now. Exciting times in the Motor City. Yeah, Tigers should make some noise. You know, I kind of expect them to win the division. You know, Skubal, Valdez, Verlander, Mize, Flaherty. You know, that's arguably the best. One of the best, I think, is the top 3 rotation in all of baseball. So we shall see. I would say all around Detroit, who could be 3, I can't because of football. And it's almost spring. Dude, I'm so glad the snow's melting. I cannot stand the cold. Cold weather's okay. It's the snow that's incredibly annoying, especially driving in the snow. Yeah, so you got the groundhog predicting 6 more weeks of winter with his stupid shadow, and he's been historically inaccurate over the years. So we'll see. That's too funny, man. But 53-50 basketball game. Pistons up by 3 at the halftime break. Never know. Bulls have been knocking down some shots in this game. Again, they got to be close to, what, 70%? Okay, it dropped down a little bit, but still great. 53% from the three-point line. Josh Giddey, perfect from the three-point line. You got Okoro, 2 for 4. Jalen Smith, 3 of 4. I'm sorry, 2 of 3. Yeah, again, shooting. 3-point shooting. 23%, right? Duncan Robinson, scoreless in the first half. If Duncan Robinson is off, who do you turn to for shooting, right? You haven't really utilized a lot of Kevin Huerter so far since the trade deadline occurred. You got guys like Javonte Green. Jenkins can knock down shots. Occasionally Ron Holland. And then Caden Tobias. But I feel like there's been a lot of instances this season where if Duncan Robinson has a quiet start, usually the momentum kind of shifts from the three-point line, and it's like next person up. And then if like LeVert can't hit it or Green can't hit it, it's like, who are you going to find overall? So what's up, Mark Royal? I don't think that's a fair statement because Huerter hasn't played, right? JB Bickerstaff hasn't really played Huerter a lot. He's still kind of getting acclimated into the offense. But it's unfortunate what happened with Jaden Ivey. He even said in an interview the other day, he's not going to be the same Jaden Ivey as it once was. There's a quote of him literally saying that in the locker room after the game. And he didn't play for the Bulls a couple nights ago. He has another knee injury. He's going to be sidelined another 2 weeks. The best ability is availability in the NBA. And as much as I love Jaden Ivey, it just didn't work out for the Pistons. What is the turnovers, James? Pistons have 5 turnovers. Bulls have 14. That's a pretty big turnover margin. That's a 9 turnover difference. What's up, Super Morty, man? Yeah, Jaden Ivey, like I said, he's been out. Sidelined him a couple hours before the game started, where his knee's been bothering him for knee soreness, so we shall see. But again, 2 expiring contracts with Huerter and Ivey. I think that pick swap with Minnesota was a big deal from the Pistons. That could legit be our potential future stretch 4 that we take in this draft. It's going to be around the 20s. Depends on how the Timberwolves do this year, but getting that pick swap from Minnesota out of that Ivy deal, I think is going to be, that was a big get. Is Caden your all-time? Not real, because the problem is you have Isaiah Thomas. So, like, Isaiah Thomas is the GOAT of Pistons basketball. But yeah, I mean, if Cade wins 3 championships, a couple MVPs, I would put him over Isaiah. But he's still kind of a long ways away from that. But, yeah, he's playing at an MVP level. What I like about him, he's so humble, too. He's just kind of like, he goes about his business, and you either rock with him or you're against him. He doesn't really care, and he'll just show you on a night-to-night basis. Saving Huerter for a rainy day. And again, it's all about fit. I think it was more so, like, chemistry-wise, right? And again, I've said this before, like, you can put a million all-stars on the same team, but there's only one basketball. Every player on the team is on the team for a reason. They got to do what best fits them for their role. And Huerter, we know what he's about. He can knock down threes. It's just a matter of slowly starting to insert him in the lineup. Because right now, you got LeVert, Jenkins, both guards, shooting guards, Javonte Green. He's kind of in that neighborhood of, like I said, LeVert, Javonte Green, Dennis Jenkins, where you kind of have to slowly fit him into the second unit for the Pistons. And then you got Duncan Robinson, who's starting pretty much for you every game for the Pistons. So I think you got to give Huerter more time, though. I think it's not really a fair case to say and judge him just yet, because you can't really knock a guy for not playing. It's more so like, what has he done in the couple games that he's played so far for us? But everybody wants instant gratification and success and immediate results, and nobody wants patience anymore because you got to wait and see how things turn out. Remember, a lot of Pistons fans were saying to trade Jalen Duren. Guy can't play defense, doesn't have a post game, can't hit a mid-range jump shot. A couple of years later, he's an all-star and he's 22 years old. Would you trade Jalen Duren right now? Probably not. I think if you're Trajan Langdon, you pay Tobias Harris, right? You pay Tobias this offseason, you sign for another 2-year deal, and you potentially look at your future stretch 4 in this draft. It's going to be interesting. He might even trade up. We'll see what Trajan does. This draft class is very stacked this year. We will get back from the halftime break, guys. Start of the third quarter coming up here. And we are ready to rock and roll. Pistons up by 3. Here we go, folks. 12 minutes left to play here in the first half. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Stupid. my stupid tripod sometimes does that. 11:44 left to play here in the first half here. K gets it back in transition. Finds Asar Thompson underneath here for the layup. 55-50 basketball game. 11:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Mates upside here for the Chicago Bulls underneath here. Smith puts up a 3. He knocks it in. 55-53 basketball game. 11:22 left to play in the third quarter. What's up, Savage? How you doing, buddy? Good to see ya. Cade with the basketball on the right wing here against the Chicago Bulls. Duncan Robinson dishes it off here to Tobias Harris. Tobias drives inside here. Turnaround shot for Tobias is up and in. 57-53 basketball game. 11 minutes left to play in regulation. Third quarter, Mates with the basketball drives inside here. Right-handed floater is good. Back to a 2-point game. 57-55. Pistons get it back. Top of the key here. Cade with the basketball. Inside. Lobs it up to Duren for the slam. Over Smith underneath for a nice juicy poster. 59-55 basketball game. That was a nice alley-oop layup from Cade to Duren right there. Mates gets it back here. Puts up a shot. Off the mark. No good. Boarded by Duncan. Finds Cade in transition. Working against Smith. Upside of Duncan Robinson. Wide open for 3. He buries it. Duncan Robinson's first basket of this game. 10:15 left to play in the third quarter. Mates has it for the Chicago Bulls. Working against Duncan Robinson. Finds Josh Giddey. Working against Asar Thompson. Inside floater is off the mark. K gets the rebound in transition. Working against Okoro. Finds Tobias. Pull up, catch, and shoot. 3 is pure for Tobias Harris. And the Bulls have to take a timeout. What a run to start the second half for the Pistons. Are on a 10-2 run here. Beautiful execution. Well, job done all around. Beautiful stuff. Love to see it, brother. Good deal. Okay. 65-55. We're in another commercial break as the Bulls take a timeout. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Bulls again. 24-32 this year. Not bad at home. They're above 500 when they're at home. 15-13. You got 3 timeouts left. Pistons still have 5. Hitting a commercial break as well. One Michigan team may have lost tonight, but you got another Michigan team that's going for the win. So we'll see if they can respond here as we hit about 10 minutes left to play in the third quarter. You got Duncan hitting his first shot. Jalen Duren, he's got 15 points, 8 boards. Cade's got 15 points, 7 boards, a couple assists. Cade's pretty much very shy from a triple-double. I mean, he's got 2 more assists and a couple boards away from hitting a triple-double. If he stays the majority in this game, he probably should hit a triple-double tonight. Cade's a triple-double. The MVP gets a little bit closer. And that's what's interesting, Thomas, is because you got SGA. He's currently the favorite right now to win it. Then you got Jokic behind SGA, and then there's Cade's third. I think he's like 5 or 6 or 7 to 1 to win MVP right now. It's going to be interesting. And I think this game this Wednesday could have a very, very big impact on it. Thunder, Pistons, SGA versus Cade. That could drastically affect the MVP standings in that race head-to-head, especially when they play together for the first time this year, or against each other, I should say. So, exciting times. Detroit has never had an MVP winner for the Pistons, ever. So, we've had finals MVPs, but never regular season MVP. 65-55 basketball game. Pistons up by 10 as we hit another commercial break. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic night. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Bulls down by 10, looking to get back in it once again here. On the floor right now, you got Tobias, Duncan, Duren, Cade, Asar. Bulls have Yabusele, Smith, Okoro, Buzelis, and Giddey. All right, ready to rock and roll here. Like the live stream, guys. Subscribe if you guys are new. How many likes do we have on the stream? How many likes do we have? I got to figure this out. I got to call some people out here. There's 131 of you in here, and there's 25 likes. You see the problem with that? Giddey pulls up from 3, in and out, no good. Jalen Duren gets the rebound. Like the live stream, it's free. Subscribe. It's free also. It helps my self-esteem. Let's try and get to 30 likes. 5 more of you. You can do it. Duncan Robinson drives inside here. Layup is off the mark. Boarded by the Bulls. Inside here for Montez Buzelis. Kicks it back out to Giddey. Finds Okoro wide open for 3. That shot is off the mark. Gets it right back, though. Again, same shot is good. That was kind of a lucky bounce from Okoro. He missed the shot. Yabusele basically volleyball spikes it back to him in the exact same spot, and he knocks it in. 9:04 left to play in the third quarter. Asar Thompson finds Jalen Duren at the top of the key here. Gets it right back off to Cade. Cade working against Josh Giddey. On the left wing here, Cade trying to dance one-on-one on Josh Giddey. Cade with the basketball, ball in hand. Right-handed floater is tough and in. You cannot stop that. You can only hope to contain the motorcade. 8:43 left to play in the first half. 67-58. Buzelis drives all the way to the rim. Gets fouled by, I believe, Tobias, and they're going to call a shooting foul. He's going to go to the free throw line. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe. Hey, we hit 31 likes. There you go. See, it wasn't that hard. Buzelis makes the first free throw. 67-59 basketball game. Cade's got 17 points, 8 boards, 8 assists. He's 2 away from 2 board, or for, he's, what am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. He's 2 boards and 2 assists away from a triple-double. Buzelis' second free throw is in. 67-60 basketball game. Tobias finds Cade Cunningham working in transition here. 8:30 left to play in the third quarter. Cade offside here to Asar Thompson. Finds Jalen Duren working against Smith. Gets it right back to Cade. Cade trying to direct the offense. Underneath here. Finds Asar Thompson. Underneath to Duren. It's going to be blocked by Giddey. Good play from Giddey underneath. It's going to be Pistons basketball with about 7 seconds left to play in the third quarter. No, you're fine, Kenny. I'm just messing with you. 8:23 left to play in the first half. Pistons basketball underneath here. Cade finds Duncan Robinson. Catch and shoot from the corner. In and out, no good. It's going to be boarded by Chicago. Then it was going to be thrown away by Chicago immediately. So Pistons are going to get a fresh shot clock and the ball back underneath. Triple-double is when you have 3 stat lines in double figures. So points, assists, rebounds, steals, blocks. Tobias pulls up from 3, and he buries it home. 70-60 basketball game. 8:05 left to play in the third quarter. Montez on the left wing here working against Duncan Robinson. Finds Okoro against Cade Cunningham. Switches back off here to Yabusele. Finds Giddey inside, right-handed layup is in. 8-point basketball game. 70-62 here. Cade with the basketball on the left wing here. Duren sets the screen. Cade rolls off it, drives into the paint. Right-handed floater off the mark. Bulls upside to Giddey on the fast break here. Wide open for the easy layup. 70-64 basketball game. Tobias gets it back for the Pistons. On the right wing here. Finds Duncan Robinson. Duncan drives to the paint. Right-handed layup is blocked. He's going to get called for the foul, though. He's going to go to the free throw line. Josh Giddey picks up a shooting foul. Duncan's going to go back to the free throw line. He's going to try and knock down these free throws. The hardest stat to get for double figures is steals and blocks. It's happened before. I can't remember who it was, but there's been a couple guys in NBA history that have hit triple doubles without scoring double-digit points. It's very hard to do, though, because you basically have to get either 10 blocks or 10 steals instead of points, which is very difficult. Especially the steals. I think the steals one is nearly impossible. 10 steals in the game is crazy. 72-64 basketball game. Blocks has happened a couple times, though. 7:23 left to play in the third quarter. Bulls have it inside here. Giddey, layup, off the mark, no good, boarded by Cade. Duncan Robinson in transition here. Drives to the paint, finds Asar Thompson, layup, off the mark, though. It's going to be pinballed around to Duncan Robinson. Cade, wide open for three. Off the mark, no good, boarded by the Bulls. Elijah has a quadruple double. That's crazy. Alvin Robertson, nice. Bulls missed the shot. Cade gets the rebound in transition here. Cade with the basketball, drives inside here, lobs it up to JD for the slam. 74-64 basketball game. Pistons take a 10-point lead. 6:40 left to play in the third quarter. Buzelis finds Josh Giddey working against Asar Thompson. Top of the key here. Goes to his right. Switches back off to his left. Finds Buzelis. Thought about a three. Drives inside against Tobias Harris. Loses his handle, though. Goes off his foot. And it's a turnover for the Chicago Bulls. Cade needs one more assist and one more rebound for a triple-double. Love to see it. 74-64 basketball game. Pistons up by 10. Get the basketball back with about 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Cade with the basketball. Duncan sets the screen. Rolls off of it. Goes to the paint. Working inside here. Finds Asar. Kicks it back out to Duncan. Wide open for three. Duncan Robinson knocks it home. 77-64 basketball game. Pistons up by 13. 6:01 left to play. Pistons get a steal. Upside here to Asar Thompson for the slam. 79-64, and the Bulls have to take a timeout. Great defensive play underneath here off the inbound pass. Jalen Duren assists Asar Thompson. You got basically Asar coming up with the steal. Off the immediate inbounds pass from the Bulls. Gives it up to Duren. Back to Asar for the slam. Love to see it, man. Yes, Ron Holland has been checked into the game a couple times tonight. Yeah, he's got 3 fouls, though, so you have to kind of monitor that situation. Duren's got 17 points, 9 boards. Tobias has 14 points, 3 boards. Duncan's starting to come alive. Asar's got 8. Bulls don't have enough timeouts. I know, they're burning through them like clockwork. They got 2 left. They got to be very useful on how they use these last 2 timeouts here, because there's still plenty of time left. What's up, chaps? So you got a 7-game suspension. So this is currently game number 2. Excuse me. Game 3. This is game 3 of his suspension. Because you had the Raptors before the All-Star break. That's game 1. The Knicks the other day, game 2. Bulls, game 3. So this is the 3rd game off the 7-game suspension. So he's got 4 more to go. So we probably won't see him until, what is that? Like first week of March. End of first week of March. Yeah, Cade's getting a triple-double, and he's only played, 23 minutes. That's pretty nasty. Yeah, looking to get Beef Stew back. I actually just bought a Beef Stew jersey. So I'm going to have to wear it when the Pistons get him back in the rotation. It's a cool jersey shirt. I like the jersey shirts that basketball has. You don't really wear, at least I don't. You don't really wear a basketball jersey unless you go to the game. I think the move is the jersey t-shirts where it's, basically a t-shirt with their number and name on the back and then their number on the front. Because you wear t-shirts more often than you do jerseys, or at least I do. So, Pistons up by 15. Again, Pistons have an interesting tall task ahead of them next week. 3 games, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all home. You got Wemby and the Spurs on Monday. Then you got Wednesday, SGA and the Thunder. Then you got James Harden, Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell on Friday. Kind of wish we had beef stew. But you know what? Like I said, next man up. And I love it because Paul Reed's going to be playing a lot more because we don't have Isaiah Stewart. So, love to see it. Bulls get the basketball underneath here. Okoro puts up a crazy shot. He does get fouled, though, so Okoro's going to go to the free throw line. Yeah, JD almost has a double-double. You're looking at probably 5 years, $200 million for Jalen Duren. Right? I mean, in that ballpark neighborhood. Because I think he's just as good as Bam Adebayo right now. Right? What is Bam Adebayo's contract? That's probably what they're going to compare him to. 5:51 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons 79, Bulls 65. Okoro makes the first free throw. Knocks in both free throws. Brunson's got 2 points, 3 assists in the first half. Wow. What's up, 1 point? How you doing? The people told us that Brunson's better than Cade Cunningham. I don't know if that's going to hold true this year in the playoffs or not. Asar Thompson gets it, finds Jalen Duren upside here to Cade Cunningham. Duren sets the screen, rolls off it. Cade with the basketball, looking to find the open teammate here. Finds Ron Holland, checks back into the game here. Underneath to Paul Reed, loses it though. Bulls get it back here. Jones in transition for the Chicago Bulls. Underneath here, outside here to Jones. Williams fires off to Jones for 3. No good. They're going to call a foul, though, away from the basketball, I believe, on the Bulls. I'm sorry, Richards. Richards, Jones, Williams, Buzelis, and Okoro. Pistons have Duren, Cade, Asar, Ron Holland, and Karis LeVert on the floor right now. Asar Thompson finds Cade Cunningham on the right wing. Inside here, underneath, for Jalen Duren. Upside, count the bucket, and the foul. Well, that gives Cade Cunningham 10 assists. Jalen Duren's going to the free throw line. Too small for Matas Buzelis in his way here. There's nothing he could do. Duren puts up a right-handed layup. Love to see it. 5:11 left to play in the first half. Duren misses the free throw. Count that, baby, and a foul. Shout out George Blaha. 5:05 left to play in the first half. Duren misses the free throw. Holland picks up a steal. Finds Cade Cunningham. Cade looking to drive inside here, underneath. Sorry, guys, my computer had a seizure for a second. My bad. Sometimes my computer does that where the graphics card, like, randomly freezes in the middle of the stream. We're back, though. 81-66 basketball game. Jabs. Fills it up, fills it. Flips it up, fills it up. What are some other ones? Duren for a dynamite dunk. 4:56 left to play in the third quarter. Jalen Duren with the basketball working inside here. Right-handed layup is good. 83-66 basketball game. Bulls have 18 turnovers. That's crazy, Mark. Wow. 4:45 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons are running away with it here. 85-66 basketball game. 4:35 left to play in the third quarter. Buzelis jacks up a shot. No good. They're going to call a foul, I believe, on Richards. Are they going to call that on Duren or Richards? They're going to call it on Duren underneath against Richards. 4:35 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons have a 19-point lead. Duren's going to get a technical foul against the ref, basically. He was working inside against Richards, and it was hard to tell who the foul was originally on. But Duren picks up a technical foul. What's up, Donkey Kong? Nothing but net. Jones to the free throw line, knocks down the technical foul. Free throw, 85-67. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe. It's free. It helps out my self-esteem. Welcome to the show. Pistons fans, Bulls fans, appreciate you tuning in. Was hoping to see Jaden Ivey tonight, but he's injured right now. No Kevin Huerter sighting either for the Pistons. He might check into the game later if the Pistons continue this lead. Duren couldn't believe it. He's like, me? I didn't foul him. 85-67 basketball game. Duren underneath here. Left-handed layup is in. Duren is an absolute monster. Like, Cade and Duren together are just almost unstoppable. 20-point lead for the Pistons right now. Bulls get it back. 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Williams has it. Upside to Jones. Jones working against Karis LeVert. Drives to his right in the paint here. Initially lost it. Gets it back, though. Finds Williams. Shot clock winding down. Puts up a 3. Off the mark. Duren with the rebound. Duren finds Asar Thompson. Asar at the basketball working against Matas Buzelis. Asar nearly lost it. Throws it away. Bad pass. Matas comes up with it in transition here. Matas gets it back from the Bulls on the left wing here. Finds Sexton. Sexton with the basketball inside. Nearly lost it. Gets it back here. Bulls just throw it away. Bulls are just having a turnover fiesta feast right now. Is that 20 turnovers now for the Bulls? That's crazy. 20 turnovers for Chicago now in this game. 87-67 basketball game. 3:25 left to play in the third quarter. Duren and Cade both step out. Cade is 1 rebound shy of getting a triple-double. Do you think he comes back in the game? What's up, Jesse? How you doing? 3:25 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons 87, Bulls 67. You're going to start to see some reserve players checking in here for the Pistons. What's up, Frank? How you doing, buddy? Looking forward to next week. Like I said, I unfortunately won't be here for the Spurs game, but I'll be doing a short report. And then we got, like I said, Thunder Wednesday, Cavs Friday. Going to be really good games. 3:26 left to play in the third quarter. Jenkins has it for the Pistons. Holland checks into the game. LeVert, Paul Reed, Asar Thompson on the floor for the Pistons. LeVert drives inside, right-handed layup is good. Count the bucket and the foul. 3:15 left to play in the third quarter. Karis LeVert, I tell you what, ever since the All-Star break, he's been playing solid basketball. Even with the little minute restriction that he's kind of been getting off the bench, LeVert knows how to score, and I think you're going to need him in the playoffs. And again, if Duncan's cold, LeVert can be the guy that can knock down shots off the bench. So that's a huge, huge pickup that Trajan Langdon got. He got a lot of hate and criticism at the beginning of the season, but LeVert's one of those guys where he has experience. He can give you that veteran mentorship role to some of the younger guys on the team, but love to see it. Bulls with the basketball back here, 90-67 basketball game. Mates has it upside to Jones. Jones with the basketball working against Javonte Green. Yabusele sets the screen, rolls off it. Jones finds Mates wide open for 3. Off the mark. Ron Holland gets the rebound. Yeah, it's sad, Salty. Hopefully he can find his groove again. Jaden Ivey's a good player. Ron Holland inside right-handed layup is off the mark. He does get fouled, though, by the Bulls, and Ron Holland's going to go to the free throw line. Yeah, very good second half team. I mean, it was what, a 3-point game at the halftime break, and now all of a sudden you're up 23. Sounds good, chaps. Appreciate you stopping in, dude. 2:44 left to play in the third quarter. Holland knocks down the first free throw. Like I said, guys, if you guys are new to the stream, like and subscribe. It's free. Helps me out. Looking forward to the playoffs. Again, shout out to the Bulls fans listening, tuning in as well. There's only one rule in my chat. Be civil and respectful to everybody tuning in. So as long as you guys are having fun, that's all I care about. So Bulls get it back the other way. Holland knocks down both free throws. Bulls on the left wing working against the Pistons. Shot is good. Count the bucket for Mr. Jones underneath there. 92-69 basketball game. Asar has 0 fouls. That's good to see. Pistons turn it over here. Bad pass from Paul Reed. Bulls get it back here. Upside to Jones. Blocked by Ron Holland, but they're going to call a goaltend. That was great hustle from Holland. He literally had to run about half the court to try and catch the Bulls there. They're going to call a goaltend, though, on Holland. Holland, if he can figure out that jump shot, I'm telling you, he's going to be a 3-and-D type basketball player for this Pistons team. And I think Javonte Green, him mentoring him has been great so far. Paul Reed underneath here for the left-handed layup is good. 1:55 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons looking to fight for the loose ball here. Pinballed around from the Bulls. The Bulls, I've never seen so many turnovers from one team in a game. We're not even at the end of the third quarter yet. That's like their 22nd turnover. Jenkins gets it back up for the Pistons, up by 23 here, drives inside, kicks it back out to Holland, thought about a three. Holland throws it away. Bulls get it back here, outside to Williams. Williams working against Javonte Green on the right wing. Yabusele sets the screen, kicks it across to Williams. He knocks in the triple. 94-74 basketball game. 1:11 left to play in the third quarter. Jenkins has it for the Pistons, working against Colin Sexton. Paul Reed sets the screen, drives inside, B-ball, Paul Reed floater, off the mark, no good. Jones gets it back for Chicago here in transition. Colin Sexton pulls up from three, off the mark. It's going to be last touch by Paul Reed. Josh Giddey, 3 more rebounds? That's a great question. Yeah, I'd be really curious to see where Ivy ends up. Really, I mean, like, are the Bulls gonna pay him? Is he gonna stay with them? Are they gonna? That's a great. I don't know where he's gonna go. Bulls get it back here. Shot is good by Jones underneath for a nice easy layup. 94-76. 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Ball is deflected out of bounds by Chicago. Pistons get it back. Karis LeVert with the basketball inside here, finds Paul Reed up and in for the layup. 96-76. Cade's really going to be 1 rebound shy of a triple-double, huh? I don't know if he's coming back in the game or not. Wonder if he realizes it. Yabusele drives inside here. Left-handed layup is no good. Good defense underneath here by the Pistons. Upside to Ron Holland. Paul Reed putting in some work for the Pistons. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Karis LeVert has it for the Pistons. Drives inside here. Shot clock is winding down. They're going to call a late foul, though, on the Bulls. Pistons are in the bonus, so Karis LeVert's going to go to the free throw line. Pistons 96, Chicago 76. Yeah, it sucks. I feel bad for Jaden Ivey, too. You know, you look at his highlight tape 2 years ago, and again, it's fit, right? Like, he got a little bit of an opportunity with the Bulls for a couple of games after the trade deadline, trying to put him in the starting rotation, and it's all about putting the right guys together and executing their roles as a team job. Because, again, when you only have one basketball, it can get kind of chaotic if you have a lot of ball handlers on the floor at the same time. Pistons knocked down the first free throw, missed the second free throw. I believe are they gonna call a shooting foul? Matis tried to chuck it up from 3/4 court. Paul Reed looked like he fouled him, but I don't know if the clock expired or not by the time he put up that shot. They might call a shooting foul here on Paul Reed. We're gonna see. So it's currently the end of the third quarter. Paul Reed tried to basically block Matas, but I think they're going to call a shooting foul. And if that's the case, it might be 3 free throws for Matas. What's up, Ibrahim? Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Pistons defense is the real deal. Ivy had to go. Yeah, oh, that's really close. Man, the shot clock, yeah, the clock was like at the buzzer the second he put it up. I don't know if it's a foul or not. Buzelis tried to chuck it from 3/4 court, and Paul Reed went to block it, but it looked like the buzzer sounded by the time Matis threw that basketball up. So I don't think this is a foul. We're going to see. But again, look at Cade's stats after the deadline, right? We try to make it work with Ivy and Cade both on the floor together. A couple times it did work. But again, the whole Malik Beasley situation, we had to go out and get a shooter. It was Duncan Robinson. And who knows? If Ivy never got injured, right, he might have been the shooting guard in the starting role, and Duncan Robinson never comes here. So injuries suck. It's a part of the game, and, a lot of guys can recover from it. I hope J.I. can recover from it, but knees are just so complicated, and it's tough to come back from. So it's no foul, which is great. So Paul Reed does not get charged for a foul. We're going to go to the fourth quarter, though. I think the Bulls have 9 guards. I think you're right. What's up, Odin? How you doing? Good to see ya. 97-76 basketball game. Pistons up by 21 points. Going to the fourth quarter, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat here, guys. This Mike Morse law firm is giving me a seizure. They got like 1 million flashing lights trying to me to get Mike Morse's law firm insurance. Go away, Mike. Put the phone down for a second. Going to the fourth quarter here. Pistons up by 21. Credit to the Bulls. I mean, this was a competitive, close basketball game for the first half. Pistons were, Pistons were only up by 3. What's up, Frankie? Josh Giddey, 4 rebounds incoming. You guys and your parlays. I don't know if Cade's going to get that 10th rebound. Cade's got 17 points, 11 assists, 9 boards. 1 shy of that rebound. I don't think they're going to put him back in the game. I mean, they might. We'll see. I mean, you're up 21, fourth quarter. Yeah, you might. The Bulls have to kind of make a little bit of a run here down the stretch, I think. Appreciate you, Hal. Always love seeing you in the chat. Cunningham for MVP. It's going to be close. I tell you what. You go from 28 games in a row when you lose 28 games in a row to 6 seed to 1 seed in a span of 2.5 seasons. Look at SGA's number 2. Look at Jokic's number 2. Jamal Murray, Jalen Williams. Not saying Cade doesn't have a number 2 right now. He's got Jalen Duren. I think the talent-wise, though, Cade deserves it more. Pistons basketball, back the other way here. Cade is in the game, so they do put some of their starters back out there, which is interesting. Giddey, inside, left-handed layup is blocked by Cade. Outside here, Bulls get it back here. Sexton puts up a 3. He knocks it home. 97-79 basketball game. He wants the ring more than the MVP, 100%. Yeah, there's an interview where he was talking about that. LeVert finds Cade Cunningham. Cade is 1 rebound away from a triple-double. LeVert outside to Ron Holland. Holland with the basketball. Finds Karis LeVert. Puts up a mid-range jump shot. It is off the mark. Bulls get the rebound. Giddey in transition. Has it. Working against Karis LeVert. Cross-court pass to his teammate Williams. Underneath here. Layup is no good. Oh, and Cade was going for the rebound, and it gets deflected out of bounds by Duren. They were both going for the rebound, and the ball goes out of bounds. Oh, that would have been Cade's 10th rebound. 97-79. So it's staying with Chicago. That could have been Cade's 10th rebound, but the Bulls basically get it back here. Giddey, cross-court pass to Williams, wide open for 3. Off the mark, no good. It is boarded by Duren. Cade gets it back here in transition. Top of the key here, working against Sexton. 10:42 left to play in the fourth quarter. Cade finds Duren inside here. Duren turnaround shot is off the mark, boarded by Chicago. Giddey upside in transition to full court. Sexton finds Okoro, drives baseline, kicks it back out to Sexton. He tries a 3. That's off the mark, boarded by Duren. Come on, Cade. Let's get this rebound. LeVert pulls up from 3. He buries it. 100-79 basketball game. 10-14 left to play in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that's a good question, Super Morty. Like I said, Pistons have never had an MVP regular season winner. Cade has an opportunity. Again, Jokic and SGA, though, is hard to overcome. It's hard to get the voters to go with Cade instead of SGA and Jokic. Because, again, they've both won rings. You know what I mean? So it's hard right now. 10 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Bulls have it inside here to Smith. Smith underneath, layup, count the bucket, and the foul for Smith. Grant Hill was the closest. He might have been in the running. I wonder if he was a finalist or not. I got to go back and check that out. Chauncey Billups was 04 Finals MVP, but he never won regular season MVP. 181 basketball game. Appreciate you stopping in, Brett. 9:53 left to play in the fourth quarter. Tobias gets the rebound here. I don't know why that says 81. 181. Tobias at the top of the key here. Finds Karis LeVert on the right wing. Karis LeVert working against Jones. Drives baseline here. Upside here to Duren. Duren gets fouled by Smith. Duren's going to go to the free throw line. Cade needs to get a rebound. Voter fatigue could save Cade. You guys got to keep number 1 in the East, though. Right, true. I mean, we got like, what, a 5.5, 6 game lead on Chicago and the Knicks right now. So, again, that's a big stretch next week, right? You got, in my opinion, 3 finals contenders all in a row next week. Spurs, Thunder, and then Cavs. Duren misses the first free throw. Again, guys, make sure you guys are up to date with the live stream. Make sure you guys see that little red live button. Stay up to date with the current game score. Duren, free throw, knocks it in. 101 to 80. 9:33 left to play in the fourth quarter. Giddey has it for Chicago. Finds Jones on the left wing here. Back out to Giddey. Wide open for 3. He knocks it home. 101 to 83. 9:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. K with the basketball. On the right wing here, finds Karis LeVert. Back out to Tobias. Kicks it across to Duncan Robinson. Tobias working against Josh Giddey. Mismatch galore right there on the left block. Finds Duncan. Right back to Tobias. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Turnaround jump shot for Tobias is in. Tobias Harris is so good in the post at that turnaround jump shot. He's been practicing that for so long, for so many seasons. 8:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. Giddey has it for Chicago. Stolen away by Tobias Harris. Cade in transition. Behind the back pass to Duren. Duren gets his own miss and a rebound, and he puts it back up and in. 105 to 83. 8:38 left to play in the fourth quarter. Chicago has 22 turnovers. Absolutely insane. What's up, Lava? Yeah, good to see Jalen Duren back in the lineup tonight. Cade at the free throw line. Giddey picks up a technical foul free throw. So Cade knocks it in. Cade, I need you to get 1 board. I need you to get 1 board. You can do it. Yeah, I saw that, Jesse. 20 to 3. Having fun. I think Judge hit like 2 homers off us, too. 8:38 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pistons 106, Chicago 83. Bulls have it back the other way here. Cross-court pass to Giddey. He tries a wide-open 3 off the mark. It's going to be off of the Bulls. Pistons get it back here. 106-83. 8:25 left to play in the fourth quarter. Cade is 1 rebound away from a triple-double. Duncan has it inside of Jalen Duren. Duren finds Tobias Harris. Wide open for 3. Off the mark. Boarded by Smith. Giddey gets it back up to Okoro, working against Cade. Inside here, layup is off the mark. Cade gets called for the foul, though. Yeah, JV back in the Motor City. Crowd's gonna Comerica Park's gonna go insane. His first home mound start, it's gonna be ridiculous. He's probably gonna pull a Kershaw too, like what the Dodgers did with him. He'll have a curtain call. Bulls put up a 3 off the mark, no good, boarded by Tobias Harris. Cade in transition here gets fouled. Cade is on the ground. Please be okay. Training staff comes immediately over to Cade Cunningham and has a heart attack for Pistons fans everywhere. I think Cade is fine. It looked like he just lost his footing and slipped on the court. Oh, he landed on that left wrist that's been bothering him, though. That is not the sight you want to see for Cade Cunningham going down to the ground like that. It looks like he's fine, though. Cade gets it back here. Tobias with the basketball inside. Left-handed layup is good. 108-83, JB Coach of the Year, for sure. JB Bickerstaff's been a monster so far in his first couple seasons. That was a great hire. The second we hired JB, that was an outstanding move. Cannot believe the Cavs let him go. Tobias gets the rebound. Shot is off the mark by the Bulls. Pistons get it back here. Cade with the basketball. Finds Duncan Robinson. Corner 3 is good. 111-83. 7:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. That might be the end of Cade's night. He couldn't get that one rebound. 111-83. Duncan Robinson knocks down the 3. Pistons take a 28-point lead. As we're hitting the 7-minute mark in the fourth quarter, Bulls take a timeout. Pistons are on cruise control. 111-83. Love to see it. What's up, Frank? I mean, just got to get the belt out. It's been the Knicks. It's the Bulls. It could be the Spurs, the Thunder, and the Cavs next week. Please, God, just stay healthy. Literally, that's all I'm asking. Duran, by the way, has 26 points. We're in a commercial break right now, guys, by the way. If you guys are new to the stream, like and subscribe. It's free. It helps out the shows. Welcome to the party. Pistons fans, Bulls fans, degenerate sports, parlay fans tuning in. Duran, 26 points, 13 boards, a couple assists. Cade, 18 points, 13 assists, 9 rebounds. I want him to get that rebound for another game to solidify MVP, right? Like, you look at it now, 18, 9, and 13 is great. One more rebound, though, would just get it there. You know what I mean? Kevin Huerter could come in here. I could potentially see JD Bickerstaff inserting him now. I mean, you're up basically 28 points with 7 minutes left. There's a chance Huerter could come in right now. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Pistons, like I said, tough schedule next week. Spurs Monday. Thunder Wednesday. Cavs Friday. All home games, by the way. So that's a big advantage for the Pistons. We'll see how that plays out. I mean, Duran's been an absolute monster. Like, every single time. This is his first game back from suspension, by the way. You know, the worrisome fear of like, oh, he missed a couple games. He's going to take him a game to get back under, his feet underneath him. Nope. He's going to give you 26 points. Dance Jenkins enters the game for Cade Cunningham. So Cade will probably be a rebound short of that triple-double. Yeah, Thunder's going to be a great game. So I'm not going to be live on Monday. I'm going to be doing a short report, though, after the game ends, a reaction. And then I'll be live play-by-play for the Thunder and the Cavs game Wednesday and Friday. Tobias gets it for the Pistons, steals it away. Another turnover from the Bulls. Tobias gets it back here. 7 minutes off to play in the fourth quarter. Duncan with the basketball drives inside here, outside back to Tobias. Duncan and Tobias playing catch with each other. Puts up a shot, no good. Asar tries to save the rebound. God, takes a scary fall. Please be all right, Asar. Asar is slow to get up. Golly, talk about deja vu nightmare. That was literally the exact same injury that Jaden Ivey just took. Almost identical. Asar Thompson and Okoro were both diving for the loose ball. I'm not even kidding. That's exactly how Jaden Ivey got injured. That's a scary fall that Asar took. Hopefully Asar is all right, though. It looks like he's fine. We got two guys diving for the loose ball, and one guy runs into your ankles, and you go flying. It can just be absolute disaster. So glad to see nobody got injured right there. Jenkins, upside to Duncan. Paul Reed turns it over. Bulls get it back. Mates on the alley-oop from Giddey. Puts it in. 111-85. What's up, Ryan? 6:35 left to play in the fourth quarter here. Jenkins with the basketball on the right wing working against Jones. Jenkins looking to set something up here for the Pistons. Down the stretch, Duncan finds Paul Reed, backdoor. Layup is off the mark. Good defense from Mates. Upside to Jones. Kicks it across here. Back to Mates. Thought about a three. Pump fake. Wide open for three. Is in. 111-88. Tanking does not work in the NBA. They're trying to find a solution to prevent it right now. Stephanie, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, Stephanie. 5:55 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jenkins has it for the Pistons. Finds Tobias Harris on the right wing working against Mates. Tobias with the basketball. Gets double teamed from the Bulls. Loses it. Bulls get it back here. Giddey in transition. Layup is in. Count the bucket and the foul. 111-90. Giddey's going to go to the free throw line. Yeah, I got bowling on Mondays. It annoys me. I'm going to send them, though, like my 2-week notice because there's like an overlap of 2 weeks between my bowling league and Pistons playoff games. And I'm going to tell them, like, yeah, I'm not going to be here if the game falls on a Monday or Tuesday. Giddey misses the free throw. Pistons get it back the other way here. Top of the key. Javonte Green gets it back. Over to Asar Thompson. Paul Reed has it. Finds Tobias Harris. Man, I hope Asar's all right, dude. Tobias with the basketball. Turnaround shot for Tobias as the shot clock runs out. No good. Boarded by Paul Reed underneath. Hook shot is off the mark. Boarded by Mates. Finds Josh Giddey. Bulls in transition. Smith thought about a three. Jones gets it back here. Finds Giddey on the baseline. Working against Jenkins. Cross-court pass to Mates. Mates off the mark. Paul Reed with the rebound. Paul Reed in transition. Finds Tobias Harris. Kicks it out to Duncan. Wide open for three. He knocks it in. On the floor for the Pistons, you got Tobias, Duncan, Asar, Paul Reed, and Dennis Jenkins. 4:44 left to play in the fourth quarter. Smith with the basketball. Finds Giddey. Top of the key here. He puts up another three. Gets it to fall. 114-93. Bulls cut it back down to 20. What is that, 21? 4:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. Asar Thompson has it for the Pistons. Top of the key here. Goes to his left. Working against Mates. Turnaround shot in the paint is off the mark. Boarded by Mates. Upside here on the fast break. Finds Jones for a... Ooh, he missed the layup. Thought about it. Originally, he was going to make the layup. It goes off the rim, though. Tobias has it for the Pistons. Finds Jenkins underneath baseline. Misses the layup. Giddey gets it back here for Chicago. Giddey with the basketball. Finds a cutting Okoro upside underneath for a layup. 114-95. Jenkins crosses half court. Working against Jones, finds Duncan Robinson off the screen. Thought about a three. Now pulls up from three. Off the mark. Boarded by Smith. 3:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. Giddey has it for the Bulls on the right wing. It's going to be a foul called, I believe, on Asar. So Giddey's going to go to the free throw line. Asar wants him to challenge it. I don't know if JB Bickerstaff, though, is going to challenge it up 19 with 3 minutes left. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the show. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Happy Saturday. Pistons have the Spurs on Monday, Thunder on Wednesday, Cavs on Friday, all home games. Giddey knocks down the first free throw. $18-point game. 3:24 left to play in the fourth quarter. Josh Giddey's second free throw on the way here. It is off the mark. Bulls get their own rebound back here. Drives inside Jones. Puts up a three. Knocks it home. 114.99. Yabusele puts it in. 3:11 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jenkins, top of the key here, working against Giddey. Outside of Duncan, thought about a three. Ron Holland takes a three. That's off the mark. Bulls, by the way, on a 16-3 run here. Giddey in transition gets it back. 2:53, puts up a three-pointer. Off the mark. Paul Reed gets it again. Jenkins drives inside here. Cross-court pass to Duncan. Puts up a three. He knocks it home. 117.99. 2:39 left to play in the fourth quarter as the Bulls take their final timeout of the game. Kind of an underrated three right there from Duncan. I mean, the Bulls were kind of creeping up a little bit on the Pistons right there. So, that's a big-time shot from Duncan. He's got 17 points, by the way. So, good to see Duncan shooting the ball well. $117.99 in a commercial break currently. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Thanks again, Hal. Cannot wait until the playoffs. Time will tell for how far this team will go. All I want, though, is this team to stay healthy. Please, no injuries. And let Cade take over. You got the East that's wide open for grabs. The Pistons, their huge threat was the Knicks, and they've swept them this season so far by a lot. I think it was a combined, 84 points between the three games. Celtics, we'll see what happens with Tatum, right? They might get him back. They're still monitoring that situation for the next couple months until the playoffs start. Even like Magic, Heat are going to make some noise. Maybe the Raptors, so it's a long season away. And like I said, the playoffs are a whole other atmosphere. So see what happens. Looking forward to it, though. What's up, BD? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. We play the Timberwolves later in the year. Yes. I think that's in sometime in March, I want to say. Cade is done for the night. He's not coming back in. He was one board away from a triple-double. Bulls, Pistons, making a couple substitutions here. As we come back from the commercial break, appreciate you guys all stopping in. Welcome to the party, folks. Sasser checks into the game for Duncan Robinson. Good to see Sasser get some minutes. So no Kevin Huerter tonight. Kind of looking forward to seeing him maybe check in against his former team. JB Bickerstaff is very particular in who he plays. He's been very stoic with his rotations. So something to kind of monitor. Cade is not hurt. He's done for the night. He did his job. Bulls get it back here. A couple minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Ron Holland gets the rebound back here from Chicago. Up the other way here. Finds Marcus Sasser. His first touch of the game. Wide open to Jenkins for three. He knocks it home. 120-99 basketball game. Bulls underneath here. Puts up a layup. It's going to be fouled by Paul Reed. Yabusele is going to go to the free throw line. Knocks in the first free throw. Yeah, it's all about fit and rotation. But again, it's kind of the same with Ivy, right? Ivy wasn't really playing much. He was on a minute restriction, even when he was healthy-ish for the Pistons. 2:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pistons 120, Bulls 100. Paul Reed, Ron Holland, Javonte Green, Marcus Sasser, and Dennis Jenkins out on the floor. Cade will not return for this game. He's done. He's healthy. He's fine. They're just not going to put him back in anymore. There's no point. You're up 19 with 2 minutes left. Sasser, top of the key here, working against Sexton. Paul Reed sets the screen, rolls off it. Sasser looking to find Jenkins. Jenkins drives inside here. Floater is no good. Looked like he was kind of trying to lob it up to Paul Reed. I don't think Paul Reed knew that, though, so it goes out of bounds. Bulls get the ball back here. Working inside here. Couple substitutions. You got Miller, Richards, Dillingham, Sexton, Yabusele. Bulls put up a 3. They knock it home. 120 to 104. A minute 30 left to play in the fourth quarter, guys, as we hit the final minute here of the game. Another dominant win from the Pistons tonight. Again, next week, this is pretty much going to be a finals playoff type atmosphere preview. You got 3 finals contenders. You're going to face all 3 in a row next week at home. So hopefully LCA shows out next week. Bulls missed the shot. They do get the foul called, though, so they're going to go to the free throw line. Nice take from Yabusele. He knocks down the first free throw. Let's go, Sasser. Yeah, Jenkins, we paid him a 2-year deal. I think it was like 2 years, $8 million. Very strong deal. I mean, very, very good team-friendly deal for the Pistons. Yabusele makes both free throws, 120 to 106. 14-point lead for the Pistons. Like I said, guys, if you guys are new to the stream, like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks, Wesley. Looking forward to it next week. I mean, you got stars, right? You're going to face Wemby, you're going to face SGA, and you're going to face Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. Back to back to back, all next week. That is going to be the ultimate test. Maybe the toughest 3-game stretch the Pistons have had all season long, in my opinion. Jenkins finds Sasser for 3 from the corner. He knocks it home. How about Marcus Sasser getting on the board for the Pistons? Bulls in transition here. Dillingham stolen away by Paul Reed. They're going to call a late foul, though. Lala, what's up? Detroit basketball. Putting together a like a montage, like right before the playoffs. It's going to be like my best calls from the Pistons season all the way to the finish line. That'll be fun for you guys to see. Bulls knock down the first free throw, 123-107. This game's pretty much over. Just kind of winding down the final seconds here, 45 seconds. Duren and Cade, both monsters tonight. Duncan Robinson in double figures as well. 123-107. Pistons have the best record in basketball. Tell that to a Pistons fan 2 seasons ago. They would laugh in your face. Cannot believe the turnaround and how fast the turnaround's been so far. Jenkins misses the layup. Paul Reed goes to slam it home. Count the bucket and the foul with authority. 125-108. 29 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. That was funny. Jenkins it was almost like he was passing that to Paul Reed. Paul Reed was there. Great finish underneath. Kind of a little mini poster over Richards. B-ball Paul Reed. Another great showing. He's got 15 points with that made free throw, 9 boards. Again, he could be a backup center to pretty much any team in the NBA right now, in my opinion. Sexton working inside here, puts up a layup off the mark. Richards is there, though, to finish it back home. 15 seconds left. Winding out the clock. Game, set, match, final. Pistons, 126. Chicago, 110. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Appreciate you being here, Salty, as a Bulls fan. Thanks for tuning in, dude. You guys are awesome. God is great. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. I will see you next Wednesday when we play the Thunder. I'll be doing a little short report for Monday, so I'll still be kind of active. But Spurs, Thunder, Cavs, all next week. Huge stretch for the Pistons. If they sweep all three of those teams, oh, man, it's going to get dandy. Pistons 126, Bulls 110. I love you all. Peace out. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you all on the next live stream against the Thunder this Wednesday. Adios, amigos.